Well, this weather might have you thinking the end of construction season is near, but officials with the Department of Transportation and members of law enforcement met this week to remind drivers stay alert as work zones remain very active.
Yeah, and I spoke with one construction worker who grew up right here in Milwaukee about the dangers of his job. It's tonight's Project Drive Safer report.
My wife's terrified.
Sam Martinez is a project construction leader currently working on the Vliet Street Reconstruction.
Every time I leave, she's worried. So I do my best to stay out of harm's way and try to stay behind some kind of traffic barrier if at all possible.
He knows the dangers of working behind the orange barrels all too well. He's also familiar with the streets of Milwaukee.
Grew up on the south side, 25th and Mitchell.
He's worked in construction since 2009, but has lived here all his life.
I went to School of Languages. I went to Rufus King.
It's why he's part of the crew here working to raise awareness about work zone safety.
I just want them to put themselves in our shoes or even think about who's there, These workers could be related or friends with somebody you know. And if you end up hurting somebody or causing injury, how are you going to explain that to the people you know?
Emlyn Grisar is the deputy director of WisDOT Southeast Region.
They are real people with real families, and it's not just equipment or behind the orange barrels or flashing lights.
She points out how dangerous the roads have been in Wisconsin as of late.
Last year alone, there were more than 2,000 work zone crashes in Wisconsin, leading to more than 650 injuries and unfortunately the 8 deaths that represent below.
And Milwaukee's Department of Public Works Commissioner is echoing the call for safe driving, saying the flashing lights and yellow and orange vests are not a fashion statement.
White vests, orange construction, traffic control, and advanced warning signs are not a suggestion, but a warning to drivers to please slow down.
With 8 cones with black ribbons on display, one for each life lost in Wisconsin work zones last year, police say fines are increased in work zones, but it's up to drivers to act now to slow down and save lives.
These construction workers are out here doing a job to benefit society, and they deserve to be protected and respected. Their safety is paramount.
A call for work zone safety in a state where construction season isn't ending just because the summer is.
Construction season here is year-round.
And going further in depth here, on top of the high number of incidents in work zones statewide, during yesterday's press conference, we learned that over the last 5 years in Wisconsin, there have been an average of over 2,300 crashes per year in work zones. Over the past 5 years total, 63 people have died, nearly 4,400 people have been hurt, and nearly 11,700 crashes. And they add speeding, tailgating, and distracted driving are the leading causes of work zone crashes. And just a reminder, if you are caught speeding in a work zone, fines double. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation also says you could face more than 3 years in prison if you injure someone in a work zone. And it's important to note that it is illegal to talk on a handheld device on your cell phone while in a work zone in Wisconsin as well.